Hello everyone, my name is Mohini from India and I am an acrylic artist. From past 4 years, I have been painting nature's beauty. I am also an IT engineer and worked for many MNCs almost a decade and now pursuing my passion as a profession.
So in this we will be learning 5 different types of painting. All different types and very vibrant and very beautiful paintings we will be learning in this entire course. So we will first start with the materials which we will be needing for this doing the entire painting. Then comes the brushes and brushes techniques, how to use the brushes, then the color theory, the color wheel, everything we learn from scratch, the color combinations, how we can mix and match the colors, everything we will learn in detail in this. And apart from that, we will be learning 5 types of blending. So this is one type, which in this we are using one color blending. Then comes 3 types of pine tree, then the complete painting. Then comes the second 2 color blending with 2 types of palm tree, complete painting, the second painting. Then comes the painting with 3 layers, then the complete painting of the tree. Then comes the fourth one, which is the circular motion blending. Then nice and beautiful candle painting. Then the last one is bouquet effect blending with nice beauty of the winter scape. Here we will be learning in detail. So without wasting our time, let's start with our first lesson, that is the color wheel.
Welcome back. So let's start with the materials. So these are the materials. The first is the notebook, which is 300 GSM and 100% cotton pressed. So whenever you are doing any acrylic painting, use 300 or 300 plus GSM paper. These are quite thick papers, as you can see. Apart from that, you can also use the everything is written when you buy the books. Everything is written over there. Now this is the canvas sheet, which is a 10 sheet, acid free, and it is primed already. Prime means gesso is applied, this white gesso is applied on this. This also you can use, but in this case we will be using our normal sheet, paper sheet. And this MDF board also you can use for painting, acrylic painting. Anything you can use apart from glass. So and then let's talk about the colors which we will be using. So we'll be mostly using primary and the neutral colors. So 3 primary colors and 2 neutral colors: blue, yellow, red, black and white. Whatever blue is cerulean blue, and yellow is lemon yellow, white and red is cadmium red. So these are the tape which we'll be using: masking tape, then the palette knife. This is the glass plate which I will be using for mixing the colors. Then comes the cloth for wiping your brushes. Then comes the 2 jars. Now here you can see I already have 2 jars in this. You can take 2 separate jars, one for clean water and one for dirty water. So all these are materials which we will be needing. Apart from this, pencil if needed. So now let's see what all brushes we will be needing. So the first brush is the flat brush which we will be needing. I'll show you how to use those brushes as well here. Synthetic brushes mostly we use when we do the painting. So the first brush is the flat brush. Why it is flat? Because again the shape of the brush is flat. That's why it is called as flat brush. So it comes in different sizes like 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is a normal size brush. Now the size of brush again depends upon the size of paper. So you can see how so mostly this brush is used for blocking the things, so giving textures to the painting. So just using the tip of the brush, just making a straight line. So all these types of things we use with this type of brushes. So mostly in these classes we will be using these brushes for texture and blocking of the entire painting. So the second is the round brush. So round brush also comes in different sizes, varieties of sizes it comes. It has a nice fine tip on the top with a round shape. This is a round brush of size 2 which I am using here. So this is very good for creating the circular motions or circular painting. If you want to do, we can use the round brushes. Then for creating some nice leafy textures, some nice tree lines, some branches and stems. So all these are used for with this brush. Some nice tree lines if you want to use, you can use these brushes. Then comes the when you use the tip of the brush, it will create a thin line, but when you will use the whole entire brush, it will create a thick line. So this is how the round brushes is used. Now let's talk about the another brush, that is the rigger brush, which is again very important brush. So let's see how we can use that brush. So this rigger brush or liner brush are both same, just the rigger brush has a little longer hair and it is very thin brush which is mostly used for doing the lining and outlining of the things. So it is also called as liner or rigger brush. So let's see how this brush is. Now this also comes in different sizes actually, 2 by 0, 3 by 0, 0. So 0 is the biggest, then 2 by 0 small, then the smallest is 3 by 0. So this is nicely used for drawing the lines. And whenever we use these rigger brushes, again you have to use a very liquid form of color. Then only you'll be able to create some nice fine lines. Try to practice on straight lines, horizontal, vertical, diagonal, all these types of lines. And when you use the entire brush, it creates a little thicker line. So these are the techniques which we use in this brushes, some small lines. So try to practice the lines by making the color a little fluid, then only you will be able to create some nice fine lines. Now the fourth brush is the fan brush. So this all comes in different sizes, 0, 00, 000. These are the sizes of brush. Again it also comes in written as 1 by 0, 2 by 0, 3 by 0. Now this also comes in different sizes, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. As the number increases, the sizes also increases. So again I will be telling the size of the brush depends upon the size of your paper. So in this case the paper which I will be using here is mostly A5 size paper. So now comes the fan brush. So fan brush is again, it's like a fan on the top with a bristle, and this is a bristle brush. So here for textures I will be using this fan brush. It is not a synthetic brush, it is a bristle brush. So bristle brush is quite hard brushes which are very good for creating textures. Again very damp brush I have to use, and you can see how the textures are being created when we use these damp brush. So this brush is also very useful for creating different types of textures in mountains, waters and trees. So one of them is creating pine tree, which I will show you in the upcoming classes. So how to create these textures in the pine tree as well. So these are all the brush types which we will be using here. So very useful all these brushes are. You can use in any form of painting. So without any wasting our time, let's start first with the color wheel.